Hi guys, so today I'm doing the Q&A that I promised you all a week ago. I'm sitting outside on my balcony because I'm trying to give y'all a view instead of just looking at my boring kitchen white wall, because that's what I really wanted to do. But it's also hot inside. It's starting to get hot again. But anyways, first of all, I got a lot of questions. And when I say a lot, I don't mean like hundreds and thousands of questions, because obviously I don't have that many people following me. But still a lot to the point that I cannot answer everybody's questions. A lot of them are very similar with slight deviations. So, I'm gonna try to like give a general overview, because a lot of the questions I get are very like questions I get even in person. And also, like, I want my page to expand, but I feel like it's like I've become like a voice for SGU, which I don't have a problem with. I love talking and I love like helping and educating, but like I know like I'll only be in Grenada, I'll only be like down here for 3 years, and of course my 4th year back in the States. But I do have life outside of school. That being said, like I know I want to do more vlogs, but like even just personal things, like I know I asked this to be a Q&A, and I did get a few personal questions, but like I decided to keep those out of this video. But I would love to do like a personal Q&A if y'all care about my personal life. So if you want to know more about me outside of SGU and Grenada, leave those questions under here, and I'll do another video like just all about me if you care. Again, if you care. But I hope like this summer to do more videos like about my life, etc., etc. Yeah, but anyways, without further ado, let's see. So I kind of have these questions divided into like school and then Grenada. So the first questions are going to be more so about SGU, and then it's you'll kind of, if you watch this whole video, you'll kind of see that it starts to go more into Grenada. So one question I got is, aside from the vet program, what is your favorite thing about Grenada, and am I happy being here? If you have not seen any of my other videos, I love it here. I'm very happy here. For one, I want to say I like the weather, but it's very hot. But when I say I like the weather, it's because I don't like cold weather, and I love the ocean. Like I love being by the water, like just being able to look out and see the water. Even on campus, you have a view very similar. Like the school sits on the water. That's just like, I love it. And then I mean, just the tropical, like it's very dry. It's the dry season, so it looks dry like if you go to like California. But I just love the weather. I love the atmosphere. I think that would be like my favorite thing about Grenada. Are there social clubs on SGU's campus? When you say social clubs, I know like you mean like clubs, but like most of the organizations, at least in the vet and medical program, they're geared towards that. So it's like interest groups. But I mean, like I think I mentioned it, if you see my orientation video, there's all types of clubs, like whatever your interest might be. But then there are a few outside of that, like they have like a comedian club, like a comedy club. That's about the only one that I saw like did not have to do with like MedVet. But then there's like religious organization and like cultural things. Like I know like there's the African Student Association, the Caribbean, the like Asian students. So I mean, there are social clubs definitely at SGU. Like it's a lot. Too many to the point that everyone signs up for everything and then you don't have time to do anything. So there's definitely one. There's some. Lots. There we go. The next things, what are things I wish I knew before applying to SGU? Not necessarily before applying, but coming here, which no matter how many of my videos I watch, no matter how much like you watch, like advice you get, even if I highly advise, if you're thinking about coming down here to see the SGU program, which is a program where they basically pay for you to come see the school for 3 days, nothing is going to prepare you for living here. And I wish that I would have known that, like no matter how much research you do, how many students you talk to, you're not gonna get the true experience till you're here. And not to say it's bad, but it's very different when you're away from everyone. You can't just get a job and get money, like it's a different country, different culture, different people. And I mean people know people coming down here, but you don't know people mostly. And I think like that's what I wish I knew. Like this was going to be a huge change, which people move all the time, but it's just different. Like I wish I would have like realized, like I knew I was in for a change, but that big of a change was like something that didn't hit me until I was here. This video is going to be long because I talk a lot. I'm so sorry. Another thing is do you like the parties in Grenada? And I put this with the school because there's two main things that like the campus students go to, called Brewer and Bananas. And I get a lot of people asking, like, do you have time for a social life? What do people do in their social life? Well, Brewer and Bananas is like a bar that people like to go to, and yeah, a lot. And I'm not a party person, so I can't say I've been to parties on the island and stuff, so I can't say I dislike or like Grenadian parties, but I do go to brewery with my friends sometimes, and it's pretty lit, you know, sometimes when it wants to be. Like, there are definitely people there every day, so if you're worried about having a social life and social time, you have it. Why SGU, and what swayed my decision from other vet schools? I chose SGU because a girl came into my clinic that I was working with one summer. It was the summer that I was doing my summer applications. And I wish I remembered this girl's name because I'm pretty sure she's still down here. She had just finished her first semester here. She told me about it, and I just was like, I knew my grades weren't the best. And I knew SGU kind of didn't only consider grades. Like, that was one thing, like, you know, they emphasize when you look up their schools. So I was like, why not? And not only that, my GPA requirements weren't even like, I didn't have the GPA to even get into some of the vet schools that I wanted to in the U.S. And so I applied to some, but they were not really any schools that I would have wanted to go to. Like, even if I hadn't have applied to SGU, none of the schools I applied to were ever on my original list to apply to, if that makes sense. And so when I did get accepted into SGU, you know, my mom kept asking me, like, well, what if you get into the States? Like, are you just going to go because you're in the States? And I was just like, I think I'm gonna go to SGU. And especially just because I was just like, I knew I always wanted to be away from home, but I wanted to be away from home where somewhere I wanted to be. And I was just like, why not? And then I came to visit it, and I don't know, I just fell in love with it. Like, I knew it was different. I knew, you know, it wasn't as big as the big, you know, schools with the teaching hospitals, but I didn't feel like my, you know, education was gonna be subpar. So that's kind of why I chose it, you know. Just that gut feeling, like, I was like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Someone asks, is there an LGBT community here in Grenada and at SGU, and do you feel safe? I am a part of the LGBT community. Also, to any of my subscribers that wonder that, I am gay. I like girls. I don't like guys. I get a lot of people on my Instagram and Facebook, especially like people here from Grenada, and I'm not interested in men. No offense, you can take that however you want. You can unfollow me. But anyways, there is, I would say, a community at the school. There's an LGBT club. Do I feel safe on campus? Yes, that's one thing that they do emphasize during orientation is, you know, to be tolerant of everyone's sexual preferences. On the island, I wouldn't say that I don't feel safe, but I know that's not like a common thing like it is back in the States, to just be out. And I do have a girlfriend here. If you watch any of my videos, Maggie is my girlfriend, and when we're out in public, we don't hold hands. We don't, like, you know, do overly affectionate PDA stuff. Not that I would do that in the States, because that's not who I am, but it's just not a thing down here. But I have a lot of peers, even in my class and at school, that I know are gay and out. So, you know, don't be afraid to come down here because of that. Like, I know it's a Caribbean country, and you hear all the stereotypes that, like, oh, the Caribbean people don't like gays, but, like, just be smart about it. Like, just don't put your business all out in the street. So yeah, one thing I get asked a lot is, should I bring my tablet and computer down to study, and what apps like do you use? I personally, oh, look at the light. Oh, now I'm dark. Oh, now I'm light, whatever. I'm light. Okay, anyways, I personally like to write my own notes, but a lot of people do bring their tablet and laptops. I have my iPad right here. I don't take notes on it. I tried and I don't like it. But a lot of people use, I think it's called Notability. So I don't know if you want to use that, bring it. You do have to have a laptop for exams, so you got to bring your laptop. Whether you want to study with it or you don't feel safe, you need a laptop to do your test. Will I stay in Grenada and take classes, or go to Atlanta for the summer? I am going home. I am going home. You cannot stay over the summer unless you apply to get a student visa, because the school doesn't require you to have a visa, but when school's not in session, you do. And unless I was trying to get my master's, or yeah, I'm not staying here. Most students go home, the school's closed. Like, it's not really like an undergrad where you stay over the summer and you get ahead. Like, no, you stay on track with your semester, unless, like I said, you're doing an extra program like your master's or something. Rank my classes from worst to best in my typical day. Someone asked a very specific question, like, what are tests like and what's my schedules like and the syllabus. I'm not posting that, no offense, but like, some stuff you just see once you're here. It changes on a semester basis, but for the most part, In the vet school, your schedule changes every day. Some days you have labs, some days you don't. Some days you have your 1 credit class once a week and it's on Monday, and then next week it's on Thursday, and it's weird. And then you have your classes that are like 4 and 5 hour classes that you go to every single day. So to say what my schedule is like on a normal day, it changes every day. If you're in a medical program or you're coming for the medical program, you have roughly 2 hours of lecture a day. Every day you have lecture 2 hours a day. And then different days you might have lab or a small group or IMCQs, which is where the school makes you sit and do multiple choice questions, because that's what the STEP and all y'all's other tests have. Everything is multiple choice. But I would say the medical school schedule is more consistent than vet, but it's just program, it changes, so I can't go into that. As a term 1 student, I would say probably my favorite class is anatomy, because I do really well in it. I'm really good at memorizing things. I did well in it last semester in foundations. I'm doing well in it this semester. I would have to say my least favorite is histology, because it's just so much information. It's a lot of small things. Don't like microscopes, don't like pathology, don't like anything under a microscope. But physiology is not hard, but it's not my favorite because it's just very dense. You have to truly understand it. Everything else just kind of falls in the middle. Like I'm taking radiology, I'm taking nutrition, professionalism, research, clinical orientation. All that's just somewhere in the middle, you know. Do I like Grenadian music or soca? I do. I like it a lot. Actually, I have like a playlist on my phone. So yeah. Someone's asked, have I been around the island? And I had several people ask me, have I gone places? I should go places. Trust me, guys, I really want to do a lot on the other side of the island, but A, it requires like a taxi, or B, a car. And I know there's a bus service, I know that, but a lot of times I study on the weekends, and I might study Saturday and then I'm free on Sunday, and the buses don't run like that on Sunday, or it's super far and you need like 3 buses. And I don't know Grenada, you know. You have to understand, like, I get the buses are out, but I don't know the island well enough to ride multiple buses and where to get off. And I know people are helpful, but sometimes people aren't. So I definitely want to go to the other side of the island and do things. I want to make more vlogs, like even for people back home, because there's things I want to do. But also, I'll be down here for like 2.5 more years. So I know I have so much time. Like, just because it didn't get done this semester or last semester, by the time I leave this island, trust me, it will have got done. How difficult was it adjusting to my new reality in Grenada? It wasn't that hard. I haven't got homesick. Some people like break down and cry. I haven't got homesick, but I would say like maybe like my 2nd or 3rd week last semester, it really hit me. I was just like, oh my God, like I hate my heel. It's so hot, and it was the hot season last semester, and I was just like, why did I want to do this? Why did I want to move out here? Why didn't I stay and just get my master's or retake some classes and stay in freaking Georgia or something? But no, it like I got over it. It was just like an adjustment. But now I love it here. Yeah. Someone said, do I like the food? Food here is hit and miss. I've had some really good places and some really places, and I'm not gonna name which is which. Well, I mean, I tell you the good places, like, but I don't know. It's just very different. Like, I miss my foods back home, but like I know I'm not home, so you know. A lot of people have asked me about my apartment and everything. And okay, someone said, how did I find my apartment? If you get accepted into SGU, there is a Facebook page, which you have to be an SGU student, faculty, or staff member, because it asks for your student ID and acceptance letter and stuff. But there's a Facebook page, and it has housing listed by students, trusted landlords, faculty, staff, other students who are leaving the island. And so that's how I found this place, because basically they're in areas that SGU recommends you stay, and they're from students who have lived there previously. And so do I feel like having a single apartment hinders me from meeting new people? No, it doesn't. I live on a complex where a bunch of other students, but no, like, I mean, I don't have to sit at my apartment all day, you know. Like, I still go on campus and hang out with my friends. My friends come over. If anything, I think it gives my friends a place, like, well, now my friends live off campus, but last semester it gave my friends a place to come when, you know, they just wanted a break from campus. So I definitely don't think it hinders you. I know some people have asked, are a lot of apartments pet friendly? They are. Some do require deposits. Mine didn't. I actually don't even pay a pet fee every month, but most places do require a pet deposit. That there are a lot of pet friendly places. I'd say it's a tad bit more non-pet friendly places, but you'd be able to find places. My apartment, I pay $650 a month. That includes everything except electric. But I mean, then there are some that you can be paying $1,500 a month, and it's going to be very modern. You know, you're going to have more utilities, maybe central air or air in every room. Like, you know, it just depends what you're looking for, what you're willing to live without, live with, how modern you want it, how not. So that's like a whole entity in its own. Like housing, I could talk like 15 minutes about it. So if you want the name of that housing page, I can list it below, but don't just try to look at it like you have to be a student. Okay, so someone said, how much do I spend on monthly expenses? How do I pay for school? Can you work? So I don't know, you can't work down here. Like, you can't just go down the street and say, hey, I want to work at the restaurant, because you're not a citizen. But SGU does have jobs that you can work at. Pretty much they send you out things. If you can work in, it's more so like ambassador type things. It's not readily available like at home. Most people live off of their loans, or they bring cash down here. Pretty much there's ATMs that you can get money out of, and it charges like $3 to $5 US depending on your bank. And then it gives it to you in EC. I say on a monthly basis, I'm probably spending about $200 to $300 on food, not including my rent. I buy groceries and I cook, but there are some people who just buy snacks and then like buy out more. And I mean, food on campus, some places, like, it's either food is going to be much more or it's going to be cheap, and some stuff levels out about the same. So I mean, like, you're not spending a lot, but again, that's me. Some people spend like $600 a month, and I don't know what you're spending on. But like, when you go to the grocery store and you buy like local brands and things like that, the generic, you save a lot of money. But then if you come down here and you drink almond milk and you're vegan and you need your specific soybean burger, you're gonna spend more. Like, not trying to diss vegans and vegetarians by any means, but I'm just saying, like, that stuff costs more here, as it does in the States. Couldn't be me. Kudos to all of y'all healthy lifestyle. Someone asked, can you buy normal things here, like groceries and electronics? When you say normal, yes, like, this is I'm not living in the jungle, which I think some people think. Like, their houses, their buildings, their cars, there's a road down there. There's a road down there. You can buy normal things. It's just higher because things are imported, you know? Electronics, now that is when you kind of get into the gray, because most people bring down this stuff. You might want to have backup chargers, backup ports and stuff, because it might not be guaranteed that they have your model of what you need. Like, I needed a phone case last semester, and did they have the iPhone 8 specifically? No, they didn't. So I'm not saying you can't get it, because there are people who get stuff and then sell it, but it's not going to be like, oh, I just run down to Walmart and I pick something up. No. What's my favorite thing to do when I'm bored? Well, this semester, like I said, I have a girlfriend, so I hang out with her a lot. But I like going to the beach. I'd have to say my beach. The beach is probably my favorite thing to do in Grenada. Like, as much as I love going up to the waterfalls, like, if I could just sit at the beach and, like, the water's just so calm. Like, I don't think you can tell. Like, there's no waves. Like, the beach, the ocean here, that's by far my favorite. Does your cell phone from home work there? It does. So T-Mobile has international roaming for free. It's supposed to be temporary, but I use it like off and on. Like, I keep my phone on airplane mode for the most part, but then if I need to turn it on, talking is 25 cents a minute, unlimited text and data, 3G data. Different companies have different things. Some people just strictly run off airplane mode. Some people will buy a chip, a microchip. Well, it's not a microchip. I'm not a dog. A SIM card and put it in here and just have service here, and you pay for everything here. So that can work a lot of ways. I know most international plans are expensive, so some people just, you know, have a phone for down here and then turn their phone on when they get back home. It just kind of is like playing around. But yes, my phone does work down here, and most services will work as long as you have Wi-Fi. How accessible is medical care? There's a hospital here. There's a clinic on campus that all students and faculty have access to. They have medications, pretty much anything you can get in the States. They're pharmacists. I have not been to the hospital, so I don't know how much those are, but I know there's like an imaging center, and they will take you to the hospital if it's not something that the clinic can do on campus. But if it's obviously like if you have a stroke or a heart attack, then they get you back to Florida. That's like a part of your acceptance, like in your evacuation fees. Like if it's an emergency, whether it's natural disaster or I think medical, they get you like I think to Miami. How do I study? I have really bad study habits, but I write all my notes, and so typically then when I write my notes, that really helps things lock in. But for the things that then I'm shaky with, a lot of times I'll go back and make charts, or I'll go back and watch YouTube videos, and that usually a lot of times just hearing it explained in another voice or another way will help. I'm not into studying in groups. I know people say it helps occasionally, yeah, if you can explain it, but I pretty much like studying alone, and it's helped so far. Not to say that that's how my life will be the rest of my vet school career, but yeah. My favorite beach, what's my favorite beach and why? Grenada, which you can't see from here, and I've surprisingly never made a vlog about it. I should, but Grenada, it's just really big, it's spacious. Like the Lansepines beach that you can see in the background is nice, and I've been to a few others, but probably Grenada, and I know that's the most mainstream beach, and I've been to some. I've been to Grooms, I've been to BVC Beach, which is on my fish taco video. I've never made a Grooms Beach vlog. I've been to other ones, but for some reason I just really like Grenada. Like, I really like Grenada. Yeah, and like I said, I got some other questions, but they were more personal, and so if you want to know more about me, leave questions and I will love to make a video, because if you can't tell, I like to talk. I'll make another video and it'll be more about me. That was surprisingly all the questions I had, and it's right on time because now I'm about to go grab my book and run down this hill to catch the bus. So I don't know if you want to know more about me. Give me more ideas that you want to see on the page, because I don't want to just be like known as like Brittney, just the girl who goes to SGU and lives in Grenada, because one day I won't go to SGU anymore and I won't live in Grenada. So, you know, I want to expand my page, you know, even if I do like more personal things. If I cook dishes, like, which I have got ideas, people want me to try Grenadian dishes, so, you know, I might try that. I just don't have a lot of free time anymore. But yeah, so catch you next time. Like, subscribe, and share. Hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions or want me to go more in detail, leave comments and I'll respond to them in the comment section. Until next time.